Hello guys, it's me, the FanFic Critic. Today we're taking a look at one of my old episodes, very old episode. This is episode 23, A Meeting Between Friends, written by Hamo Hamster. Yes, I am aware that she has written yet another fanfic slashing two politicians together, her most recent one being Mitt Romney and Barack Obama. I have read it, and I am not going to be reading it on my show because I'm to a point with that author where there's just no point in interacting with her. Yeah, even though the 200th episode is titled The Fanfic Critic versus Hamo Hamster, that was written, before she started to act like an idiot again. That was when we were kind of getting along. That was pretty much it. So anyway, yes, this is a very old review I had done. I don't know what the heck I'm wearing around my neck. This is where my outfit looked more like a certain critic on that guy with the glasses. One of the reasons why I changed the outfit actually with the collar was so that it wouldn't look so much like this. I think I actually bought this outfit originally for jury duty because I had jury duty, and I decided I'd wear it for my show because it was better than the jean jacket. And only realized afterwards, it's like, oh crap, I kind of look like Doug, so it's like, crap. I don't think it looks entirely like Doug's outfit. I think if I really wanted to rip him off, I'd probably wear the hat and the tie too, but it seems like with some people, if you so much as have the name critic in your title, you're automatically a rip-off of someone. It's just stupid if you think about it. Anyway, this fanfic is slashing... Okay, that unflattering close-up kind of distracted me there. Okay, this fanfic slashes George W. Bush and John McCain together. Now, unlike Hamo Hamster's other stories, there's not an actual, sex scene or anything. I mean, this fanfic was quite mild in compared to other stories, but I think this is, the first story where it really pissed me off that she did this, because, I mean, with Doug Walker and James Rolfe, I guess you could kind of justify that original story because some people say, well, it's about their characters, but I don't know. Even that I'm still wishy-washy about because she has their real names in the story, and if you had their real names, I don't know. Because on their shows, you never hear them being called their real names. It's always Angry Video Game Nerd or Nostalgia Critic. It's not like with my show where, Susan does call the Fanfic Critic Meg occasionally. So that's one thing. But this, she's clearly using the real name and stuff. And when she so maturely made that hate fic about me, she was using my real name in that too. So she clearly knows that what she's doing is wrong. And this fanfic, even though it was quite mild with the content, it just pissed me off so much. And this episode has one of the most notorious fanfic critic freakouts that I've ever done. As I'm doing this commentary, I don't have the sound on at all, so I'm just going by the facial features. And my God, what the hell was I thinking with that stinking hairstyle? I think I do eventually trim my bangs, but it looks like I have antennas. It looks like I have a piccolo thing going on there. And I guess this look kind of worked for this episode, seeing I look like a matted moron by the end of it, but still. Yeah, I'm not exactly proud of my old days as a fanfic critic. I know I come across as crazy in my newer videos too, but in these ones it was just, ugh. I think it was after episode 30 onwards it got better. I don't know. It's the early stuff I didn't really like, and although this episode was pretty funny with the freak out, it was pretty boring for the most part. I guess I had a couple of funny moments right before the big flipping the shit thing, and my God, that camera quality is so bad, but compared to other webcams I've seen people use, it seems like the motion and stuff is fine. It's just very pixelated, and Ron's head in the background looks like a rounded triangle. Yeah, and wait, does the poster have a tear in it on the top? I don't know, maybe that's just the lighting, I don't know. I still have that poster somewhere, I just think it's buried somewhere in this room. I remember when someone was going after me, they were trying to say that I was obsessed with Harry Potter just because I had the poster in the background or something, and when I don't know if they did a video on it or something, but I'm just watching and I'm like, dude, it's a freaking poster. I'm not the only internet reviewer who has like posters and stuff in my room. I mean, it was stupid. I understand you're going to get people going after you for some stuff, but when they were going after you for something as silly as that, it's like, really? Are you really that dry on things to say that you're going to say, oh, well, she has a poster of Harry Potter, so that means she's obsessed with Harry Potter? I mean, it was stupid. Okay, back on the subject itself. Well, actually, I think the reason why I brought this up was because in Hamo Hamster's hate fic thing, she brought up the poster or something like that too. I don't know. Some people, you don't know what's going through their head when they say stuff like that. It's just like, okay, it's a poster. You're looking too deeply into it. I think in her story, she had like the posters in my room come to life and they tried to kill her. I mean, I will admit, that was actually pretty damn funny. I was laughing so hard when I was reading that. It's like, what the heck was she on when she was writing that story? But I digress. Anyway, this story overall was very boring. It was incredibly boring. It was just, I don't know, I mean, it was a lot more mild in comparison to her other fanfics, but it was just so boring. It's just them sitting around and yakking and drinking beer and, you know, the whole, oh, poor me, George W. Bush stuff, and John McCain just being, I don't know, trying to imply that he's a closet bisexual, and so is George W. Bush. It's like, no, they're probably not. I don't know. It's just, and I guess you can say this fanfic is kind of funny because of how they try to say that they're like that, seeing in real life their views on, you know, homosexuality is very, like, forbidden and not allowed and against God and all that bullshit, which is stupid in my opinion. I'm going to make it perfectly clear right now. I find people who are homophobic, I find them very stupid. I'm sorry, I just do, because, you know, in my opinion, marriage has been around way longer than religion. And if you're going to pull the, oh, well, marriage is part of Christianity, part of the Bible and stuff, it's like, no, it's not. And, you know, if God was really so against gays, lesbians, transgenders, you name it, why the heck would he have created them in the first place? I don't know. This is probably why I can't be a part of any religion anyway, because it's just some, I mean, I know they're not all this extreme, and I know that that a lot of Christians are not that extreme, but you just see so many of them, it just boggles my mind. And the way I see it, who the hell cares if two guys love each other, two girls love each other? Who the hell cares? All it boils down to is like, oh my god, well, they both have penises. Like, who cares? If you love someone, you should love someone. It shouldn't matter what their gender is. But I digress. If you disagree with me, that's fine. If you agree with me, that's also fine. But if you're someone who disagrees with me and you're going to try to pick a fight with me over this in this video, don't bother, because you're going to be disrespectful and name calling and stuff. I'm just going to ignore you and most likely block you. So don't, if you're going to debate, be civil about it. But let's get back to the story itself. Like I was saying before, I mean, I guess you could say it is funny that that Hamo Hamster made this story with them being gay and stuff. I guess to kind of poke fun at them where they're not really like that in real life. But it's still distasteful, because it's like, the presidents of the United States, they're not fictional people. So it's just, you're making stories like this, implying that they're like this. It's silly. And this is why I really have an issue with real person fanfics. Because most real person fanfics do not write the person correctly. Pretty much it's slander, in my honest opinion, and seeing I actually have had fanfics written about me, and I'm not talking about, you know, my web show characters, I mean like an actual fanfic written about me, very slanderous. That's why I can prove that, because they don't get anything right. They really don't. Like, you know, the one fanfic that Hamo Hamster had written about me, she was trying to imply that I'm like obsessed with the Nostalgia Critic and that I constantly jerk off or something like that. It's like, no, I don't do that, and I'm not obsessed with the Nostalgia Critic. I mean, you don't know me, so you shouldn't be making this judgment on me. And if you're writing, like with Hamo Hamster's case, if you're writing these fanfics either because you hate the person with a passion, or you have this weird, twisted, sick crush on them, then you really should not be writing these at all. Or if you want to write them, that's fine, just don't publish them. Don't publish them on a site that clearly says don't write fanfics about real people. I know there are some fanfic sites that do allow that, which I find that wrong, but whatever. But the most official site would have to be fanfiction.net, and they do not allow it. And no offense to some of the other fanfic sites, I find fanfiction.net to be the most legit site because, they do seem to try to be respectful of, certain authors, certain, movie directors and stuff like that. Anne Rice, for example, does not want fanfics about her stories up on fanfiction.net, and fanfiction.net is respectful of that. In my honest opinion, I think it's silly that Anne Rice is not allowing that because, fans should be allowed to be creative, and if they want to write a decent fanfic about her characters, she should allow it, but at the same time I can kind of understand why she doesn't want it, because you do have the people who completely disregard her image or her characters and will fuck them up. You have the people who write the hate fanfics. When I did that reading the other day of, the Miley Cyrus going to Wendy's thing, although I think it was supposed to be based off of her character from Hannah Montana, I do think it was actually supposed to be about Miley Cyrus. And, that was just, you're writing a fanfic hating this person and hating this fast food chain. It's just wrong. It really is. And, that's not fan fiction. Like I was saying in that video, it's if you really hate something so much, maybe you should just make a site called hatefic.net. But even that would be stupid. It's why do people feel the need to obsess over the stuff that they hate? It just never made any sense. It's you can't just say that you hate it and move on. No, you have to obsess over it. And it's why? It's like some of the people who would obsessively hate over the folks, the folks on that guy with glasses and stuff, and constantly say nasty things about them. And it's okay, I understand if you don't like them or their content, but to be making personal jabs at them and say these really nasty things about them that aren't even true, it's just stupid. And if you're going to make an entire site dedicated to hating on these people, it's just stupid. It's just go and watch something else instead of hating on it. It's just so dumb. There's plenty of things that I hate, but you don't see me constantly talking about it. I think my videos would get even more boring than they already are if I did that. Maybe me in the past I would probably be more vocal about that, but with some recent experiences I've learned to just bite my tongue because it's not worth it. It's really not. And with people constantly obsessing over the stuff they hate, it's just silly. Okay, it looks like right here I'm freaking out over something. I don't know what I'm doing. I just look really creepy and my face looks like it's turning into a tomato. Okay. That was interesting. I think I wanted to scream or something, but this is when I was still living with my parents, so I had to really hold back. Well, one of the nice things about living out on my own, well, I live with my sister, but you know what I mean. Me and her, our schedules are so off that I could film when she's not home. I mean, she's home right now as I'm doing this commentary, but that's different. Because this is a commentary. I'm not really going to get loud for this. So, it looks like it was a typo. Okay, something to do with a comma, by the looks of it. Yeah. So, anyway, people obsessing over stuff that they hate is just silly. That's just my opinion. It's why bother with it? And that's exactly how Hamo Hamster is. She obsesses over stuff that she loves, which I guess that's fine, except when you're writing creepy stories about your favorite internet personalities, and that gets a little creepy. And then the fanfic she wrote about me was just childish. Plain and simple. But I digress. Let's stop talking about her. Let's just get back to the story or the review itself. I think the freakout bit is going to be happening soon, because I think it was a good 10 minutes, or not 10 minutes, because this video is 24 minutes long. I think it was it's coming up, let's put it that way. Just the entire thing. I mean, I think they had them kiss. Oh, she messed up on the name colon Pow. She said Pow, so I'm going Pow. It's no, it's Pow with an L at the end. And I use the term bubblehead. Yeah, that's an insult of mine. It's not exactly a mean insult, it's just bubblehead. It's just a goofy insult. I think this is the first time I used it, and yeah, it looks like I'm really starting to get frustrated here. I mean, oh my god. These old reviews are so awful. And for some reason, people think that the door behind my head in this shot, they think that's a closet. It's like, no, the closet with the Batman poster, that's a closet. The door behind that goes out into the hallway of my parents' house. For some reason, they kept on saying it was a closet. I guess that old room was fine, but I like my room now. If I grew up in this house, this would be my favorite room. Because this room is so awesome. You got a closet on one side, you got a bit of a closet on the other side, then you have a crawl space that goes out into the attic behind me, which is pretty neat. I mean, this house was like built in 1910. It's a really cool house. I mean, you guys have seen some of it in my videos, and I just love this house. It's a really nice house. As for the 200th episode, haha, you guys are probably getting so impatient with that. I do apologize. But most of you have been pretty patient. I mean, we did have that one guy that I made that video about that, someone in the commentary community decided to make a video about, which it was stupid of me to make that video, but at the same time I kind of thought it was stupid of him to make his video, but I digress. It's said and done anyway. But anyway, when you had a few people like that guy who were starting to get impatient, and I'll say this again, I didn't make the video just to single out him. It was to pretty much be a message to all of them, because he was not the only one, guys. He was not the only one. And since I made that video, although some people might have said, oh, it was stupid that you made that video, I think the video worked, because since then I haven't really had anyone pester me on the 200th episode. Knock on wood, knowing me, just because I said that now, they're going to be like, when's the 200th episode coming out? I'm hoping to start working on it soon. It's just, work has been kind of fun. I don't know when my vacation is. I'm hoping it'll be soon, because that would be nice if I could take it this month and not next month, because then I could get it filmed, get it done with. Okay, and here's the freak out bit. This is back in my show where I had the random cutaways to like the 5 minutes later. Oh god, wow. Yeah, when I did slow motion on this computer, it made a really weird background sound, and okay, it looks like, what the hell? Okay then, that was fun. It's very fun watching this without any sound, although it's I have to admit, the old camera gave a perfect blur, because I look like a black and pinkish blob, like, approaching the camera like that. That was hilarious. And, okay, this part, what the hell happened to my hair? I think you need a haircut. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. You could tell this fanfic really pissed me off, and yeah, it really did. Okay then, I now forgot what I was saying before, but okay then, I really had to hold back for this freak out right here, because my mom was upstairs, and the sound in that house carried so badly. If I so much as was a little loud, you'd hear her saying, "Shut up! I'm trying to watch my show!" So I was like practically whispering here, but I think it worked. I think I kind of overdid this though. I mean, my friend Liz, Archangel Assassin, this is her favorite freak out. She loves this freak out. She can quote this entire bit, word for word, because this is her favorite freak out. But for me, I mean, it was funny and all, but I think my favorite freak out would probably have to be, I think the one with Secret Romance, the first part, where I just go into a huge rant about men can't make babies. Although some people are like, oh, well, there's some species of animals where the males can get pregnant. It's like, yeah, but I'm talking about hedgehogs and humans, and seeing hedgehogs can't do that, and Sonic the Hedgehog and his friends are supposed to be like anamorphic creatures where they have like a lot of human qualities. It's quite clear that the men are not supposed to get pregnant, and that was the whole point of that. But I really enjoyed that freak out. And I think one of my oh god, could I get any closer to the camera? My god, I'm surprised if I didn't give anyone nightmares when they were watching this stuff. Especially seeing like my eyes like seem to get so freaking huge, it's not even funny. Okay then. I mean, I look like a freaking cartoon character. It's just so funny watching this muted because I can't even hear anything I'm saying. It just looks like I'm like blah, blah, blah. What the hell happened? God. Oh, it's been a while since I've seen this. It's probably funnier with the sound, but just without the sound, it's just even more funnier because it's just like, oh my god, yeah. Okay then. Right, again, I forgot what I was saying. A lot of these commentaries I do are very unscripted and stuff, and it would probably help if I didn't have it muted, but then I get kind of I get distracted by what's going on with the sound on, so that's why I have it unmuted, so that way I can just talk about it and just talk about other stuff too. Okay, so, oh yes, I was talking about my other favorite freakouts. I really liked, this freakout-ish thing in, the ending rant I did for It's All Too Much, episode 127, because that was just great. I just loved that. It was perfect. That was all unscripted. I had a really long day that day because that was in two parts. The second part was the camera had died on me, and also I had to leave for a bit. I had to help my dad out with something. I had to drive like a good 80 minutes altogether because I had to go from one town to another to help him with something. By the time I'd come back, I was all like, it was really hot out that day, so I was tired, and that's why the room looks slightly darker and stuff in the later part. But it was fun. It was fun. I think it really added to the effect. I was just like stressed out. It's like, oh my god, I just had to endure this very long and stupid fanfic. I mean, I don't know if people know this, but the author of the fanfic, she, it turns out that she had written it when she was like 13, and it was written on a dare or something, and she's been trying to take the story down, but people keep on like re-uploading it on her, and the site that it was on, I don't know if it's even still on that site, but the person who uploaded it called themselves Beetle Babe, and they were acting like they were the ones who wrote it, so it's like, so this person pretty much plagiarized this girl, which I guess you shouldn't be complaining too much because the fanfic itself was awful, but I still think that's really crummy that, you know, you're going to take this fanfic that someone else wrote and you're going to pretty much take this person's name and act like you're the one who wrote it. It's like, wow, you're a real winner. I mean, I don't think the real Beetle, but... What? Was I trying to rip my hair out there? Okay, well anyway, I don't think the real Beetle Babe is too upset that someone stole her fanfic. I just think she wants that fanfic to be gone. I can kind of relate it. Yeah, so anyway, that was a fun episode to do, and you know, the real Beetle Babe is actually a really nice girl, or woman, I should say. She's older than me. Not by much, but I'm hoping that, you know, that fanfic can disappear for good. And I'm glad that she took my critique well. I mean, the fanfic, if it wasn't for the fact that they made Paul McCartney pregnant and stuff, I think it would have been okay, but I can see now it makes sense when she said that she wrote it on a dare and stuff. I just feel bad that someone kept on resurfacing the fanfic and then someone decided to claim it as their own. It's like, really? It was just stupid. But yeah, I might do a commentary on that episode in the future. It'll have to be 2 parts and another 5 minutes later. I really had no transitions back then, did I? I just had a stupid card, and I guess you can hear myself giggling in the background here. I have the... This is shortly before I introduced Susan's character. But yeah, old episode. Very old episode. It was a very... Okay, the next episode just started playing, and it opens up with me close up to the camera, so I'm just going to close this window now because that's distracting. Anyway, I'll be doing another commentary soon, so keep in touch. Don't worry, even though you're going to be waiting a while for the 200th episode, I'm not going to keep this channel, you know, dead. I'll be uploading stuff. So you guys have a nice day, and I will see you all in the next upload. Bye!